Good afternoon, Rant and Rave family. How's everyone doing today? We are doing fabulously as we can be, eh? So, the counter review channel isn't doing exactly the way we had it all lined out. Most of the panel is fucking gone aggravated or gone a simple way, so it's just down to me and the wife. So, while we're still trying to figure out where else to go with this, we decided what we are going to do, though, is take the tidbits, what we were going to do for, yes, I think it was yesterday. I kind of lost track of the days. And I just kind of hit off on those on this channel here, and that maybe at some point in time we get everyone back together, or at least get two new ones that want to come on board with us, or if not, it'll just be the wife and I doing the paneling for the counter review.
Being us for now.
Here's the thing, though: the Democrats are completely unhappy with the executive orders that Trump's been signing, which is crazy because at the same time they're also going, well, we need change. And obviously it's the change that they needed. They have been putting on for the past 4 years. And some of these executive orders still even go and override the Obama era policy. So, I mean, it's like, how are you going to say, well, we need change, but yet be pissed off when change is happening? Other than the fact that it's just Trump. They had Pierre, who was the White House spokesperson during Biden's administration. They had her on there on Wednesday. And she even goes that most of the Democrats are unhappy with Trump reforming the government. And yes, let's not make any mistake about this. Trump is reforming the government. He is making it to where now the government's going to start working for the people as it should have been, and actually was doing its job all the way up to, I don't know, I lose track of my presidents after Washington, between Washington and Jefferson. But up to that point, the government was actually working for people. Trump's now getting it back to where it does that again. Yeah, the government has worked for the people in 30, 50 some odd years. So for her to come out with something crazy like that going, no, Democrats and we're just not happy with Trump transforming the government. Yeah, it's because you guys like your power. Of course you're going to be unhappy. I mean, it seems like the government, as far as the Democrat side and Bernie, are definitely not happy. Socialist agenda's going bye-bye. The wokeness is going bye-bye. And for, I think, the third time in the history of this nation, we're taking a strong stance even to our allies. But they're going to be unhappy. Your takes? Sorry, wife's over giving me a blank. Like, what?
Well, they say that Republicans are being labeled as rich. It's not really true,
Yeah, I mean, heck, there's even independents, there's Democrats and Republicans.
I'm independent and I'm forgot where I was going to go with that, but okay. Sorry.
It's not the party or the affiliation that makes you rich. It's what you do in life. You get
Yeah,
24
that's
hours in a
true.
day.
Yeah.
What you do with those 24 hours, sorry folks, I gotta get it to the fridge. What you do with those 24 hours, that's what makes you successful or unsuccessful.
We all know that the Democrats sure are not for Americans. They said that I can't remember, was it Joy or Whoopi who said it? That the Democrats, how did they put it? The Democrats are just for themselves, they're not for the Americans. We all knew that was true.
No, that was Whoopi that said that no, sorry, it was Joy Barr who said that Republicans are out for themselves
Oh,
and
yeah.
don't care about the American people.
Yeah, I thought they said the Democrats.
No. When the reverse could not be more obvious. I mean, it's shown over the past, not just the last 4 years, the Obama administration, the Clinton administration.
Well, we all know that the Obamas and the Clintons were definitely not for the Americans.
No,
we all know that.
And if you look at the agendas they kept pushing too, it was all the Democratic agendas.
Yep.
Screw Americans. We're not going to listen to what you
Everything
guys feel
that the
or think.
Democrats wanted happened. Everything, just like when all the Democrats want all this crap to happen, the Biden did. Well, guess what? They got it, but it put us in a lot of turmoil. And now that Trump is fixing everything, now they're pissed because, oh my God, their agenda's getting screwed up. Well, fuck you. Sorry.
And we're seeing it now more with the Democrats getting more and more outraged with this version of Trump than opposed to 2016 Trump.
Well, this Trump
2016 Trump, that was a fresh Trump for president. No one really knew what Trump was going to do. I mean, they rode his ass in 2015 immediately as soon as he hit the campaign trail. But this version of Trump, this is a monster that the Democrats have created. This is a beast that they made, and now they're going to gripe and complain about it being unleashed. Look, in my opinion, the Democrats, like Dr. Frankenstein, you created this monster, you unleashed it, now you got to deal with it.
Well, as President Trump quoted, Joe Biden is at fault for the inflation. The Democrats wanted it, they got it, and all he's trying to do is fix it. And everybody's hating on him, everybody's turning on him. Well, not everybody, but the lefties and the snowflakes out there are not happy because they're not getting their way.
It's not so much they're not getting their way. What irks me a lot is I go to my news threads, and especially when I start commenting on the transgender shit, and I go off on that crap like it's our business. And they're like, well, why, you're really going off on this. What does it affect you? I'm thinking, no, it doesn't necessarily affect me per se. It goes along my core values, which right there in the Bible it states men and women. There are only two sexes. For anyone else to go, no, there's not. You got 16, and you can identify yourself with your different pronouns. His, hers, or they, okay? That's it. In the fucking list. That's the way I see it. So, with what someone wants to do with their life, that's fine. You want to be gay, you want to be lesbian, you want to change your sex around, cool, that's fine. What the Democrats, and why I get so mad about it is, when you go and push someone else's social agenda onto society, that's your problem.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing that now in schools and everything, too.
They were, yes.
They're still doing it.
No, Trump has cut that off and said if you continue to do it, you lose your federal funding.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that's good.
But that's where I have the issue, and that's why a lot of people don't understand that. That's all the Democrats did during Biden's term. Socialist agenda. the woke left, the woke media, girls having to compete against men that change their sex because they sucked against other men. This is the problem. I mean, it's just like, and what really catches me off guard on this one. Okay, going into with the transgender and shit, the DEI. All right, Whoopi actually caught me off guard. She actually agrees with Trump getting rid of the Department of Education and bringing it down to state levels. Thank you, Whoopi. Holy shit! Wow. I never thought that in these last 8 fucking years I'd ever agree with Whoopi on something, because if she's so far left and feminist, it's unfucking believable. But holy shit! I mean, that blew my damn mind. And I think to a point, yes, it does need to go down to state level. But at the same time, too, at the state level, if you're still going to teach this CRT, if you're still going to teach transgenderism, then yes, you should lose your federal funding. I mean, it does turn into a gray area there of, do you really want it to go to the states, or do you still want to keep federal involved? I think it's a give and take there. Leave it to the states, but at the same time, the federal's still going to be involved because you keep doing this fucking bullshit to our kids. Yeah, I think the federal government does have a right to pull your funding.
Another thing that I think was interesting, sorry, was about the Kennedy Center leadership.
I'm glad you brought that up.
How Trump is now taking over that and making Americans not just whites or just one race, everyone, including all races, a part of it. Not just blacks, not just Asians, not just whites, not just Mexicans, not just Cubans, but that's, you know what I mean.
I do, because right now what the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts has been doing is, it's supposed to be an industry there for the entertainment for all Americans, and it hasn't been. Well, it's been mainly blacks and Mexicans.
Because of Biden.
Which I think was Joy, who said that she was pissed off about it and what Trump's doing, when Biden implemented his own staff into the Kennedy Center. So it's okay for Biden, but not Trump. These fucktards really need to fucking understand where they're arguing in here. They're strictly putting it out there for the public to see of, as long as it goes with our views and what we think and feel is okay, then that's fine. But God forbid if anyone else goes against those in our way of thinking. It's been out there right into people's faces. Going so far back as, was it November? I think it was October. John Rich sat down with Carlson Tucker.
John Rich.
John.
From Big and Rich?
Yeah. He sat down with Carlson Tucker, and as he was talking about his new song, Revelations. And he said, what's crazy is the Democrats are throwing this hate devil shit right at you. It's right there in the public. You might be too blind to see it, but it's right there. And so he goes, that's what I decided to do with this song, was to go the opposite with it. And my song is hitting up there. It's not number one, but it's right up there, the top 5. And it's going up against songs like Eminem's, where every song title out there is the devil this, hate this, fuck them, let's kill them. But my song is hanging around with stuff like this. And it's the stuff the Democrats are throwing out there left and right to your face, saying, fuck God, right there in the public. I mean, it's just nuts. And if you watch what's been going on The View right now,
I think I'm sorry, but to me, that show should just get canceled altogether.
well, what they want to do is they actually wanted to get some Republican Trump moderators on there. The problem is when you're putting people on there that are like that, going against these hard leftist feminist views, which is exactly what Whoopi, Joy, and the other two hosts all have in common is exactly that. They're hard leftist feminists. You can't put a Republican independent moderate on that show with them.
By the way, guys, I just want you to know I am not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I am independent. So just throwing that out there. But I do want you guys to know that I do support Trump 100%.
And the crazy thing is, you look at this election. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. And I'm waiting for someone to watch this video, and I hope they give a comment on this because that's fine. I'm ready for it. Trump did win the majority of the popular vote by over the 47% margin. Now, most people are going to argue with that, but I tell them, if you look at it, a vote for Robert was a vote for Trump. Robert went on the campaign trail. He wanted to pull his name completely off the ballot. Most of the states wouldn't let him, especially in a few swing states. So those independent voters that voted for Bobby voted, in essence, for Trump. So you calculate those independent votes to the popular vote that he won, over 50%. Anyone else wants to argue with me and gets to the point in this video where they see that, go ahead, throw it in the comments. I'm happy to have a debate about it. Go ahead. But that is the fact. A lot of independent voters have turned over towards Trump. And it's not just the independents either. I mean, Trump had made his numbers go way up with the blacks, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, the Asians, the Japanese.
Even some Democrats have voted for him.
Yeah, and actually, I'm glad you said it because that could be part of the silent majority.
Yeah.
How many Democrats probably stayed mum on it and just wrote the fucking did their fucking voting and said that's it, I'm cool with that, and didn't say nothing. So I think this is the part where the Democrats are missing. The polls don't get everything because there's a whole lot of silent voters out there who aren't going to tell you who they're going to vote for. And when it comes to Trump, it's a total miss. They missed in 2016, big time. They missed this year, big time. What happened in 2020, I really can't fucking say.
I'll tell you what happened in 2020. It was not fair. I believe that the election was rigged. I believe that the Democrats had something to do with it. And that's that. It was not a fair election.
I agree with you. I'm going to say just one thing, though. Before YouTube and Google, yes, look at that and go, she said rigged, you got to take it off. No, you can't. Trump brought back free speech. You have a freedom of opinion and thought. So do not go against this video for just because she says, just like I've said too, yes, we all believe that it was rigged.
Now can I continue?
Continue.
Sorry.
Just want to throw that out there, especially because the attorneys have said, hey, make sure, yes, got you, T's dotted the I's. We're good.
But what happened in 2020 was not fair to Trump. And I believe that Biden's administration, committee, whatever you call it, paparazzi, puppet show, that's all it was just a puppet show. Because everybody felt sorry for the old fucker because he's old and senile. And I guess he thought he was dying or whatever. I don't fucking know, but I'm glad he's out of office. Anyways.
I'm going to float this one to you, too. Because Joy still likes to float this one around. She still likes to float that January 6th was an insurrection. Now, if you look through news articles, yes, some do call it an insurrection, but they also say riot, protesters. Which, if you look at the point blatant fact of what happened on January 6th, There were nowhere did they actually go in there and get to they disrupted the vote, but they didn't go in there to fucking take the vote away. They went to disrupt it, and the disruption is a protest.
But how is that Trump's fault?
Because they like to put it as what Trump said, fight, fight, fight. You got to make your voices heard. He incited that riot. No.
What the fuck?
Trump didn't say anything different than any other political motherfucker out there's done on the damn campaign trail, which is fight, 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 make your voices heard, stand up.
But see, here's what people need to understand. And I don't know how much clearer I can be on this, because I've been told we have had this discussion many times. Trump is not a politician. He is a businessman. He runs this country as a business, not a politician. That is how this country should be ran.
But then they like to use Paul Holberg, some shit like that. I can't remember his whole name. Where he says that America, and this was back in 1980 something, he said, you can't run a country as a business, it'll never work. Correction, it was done in 2016. It was working just fine until COVID got fucking unleashed on the world.
Yeah, and they blame Trump for that one too. Go fucking figure.
Yeah, which is, I'm glad you said that, because I'd like to know this. All right, how are you going to say it's Trump's fault that hundreds of thousands of people died due to a virus for one, which is stupid. But Biden did okay. Well, if we look at the death figures and we want to blame a virus on deaths on a president in charge, well, then apparently then we can blame Biden for that, because he had the majority of deaths for his presidency compared to Trump.
I was gonna say because of all the illegal
It's
immigrants.
not just that. Biden had to deal with the pretty much the outset of it. Trump only had two months to deal with the COVID.
But all the illegal immigrants that came over and killed all them people, all them American citizens, illegal immigrants. Yeah.
All right, you would have been off of there, but yes, I see what you're getting at.
But nobody talks about that. Nobody dares talks about that because it's Biden.
If you recall, that's not true. During last week's episodes of The View, Joy brought up with Trump's address to Congress that what pissed her off the most was lies over Biden. Part of that being the border. No, wait a second now. Biden did have an open border policy. He did let everyone in. Yeah, okay, he deported an extra 10,000. But that doesn't compare when you're letting 20,000 in a day.
Basically, that was just a contradiction on his part. Biden's whole presidency was contradiction after contradiction, lie after lie.
It was mainly just lie after lie after lie after lie. Let's start off with...
It was basically a fucking puppet show.
Let's start off with I am in fine health to continue as the president. Then they kept asking Kamala, are you ready to take over as the president? And she kept saying, well, yes, I mean, that's part of my role. That's part of my job. But no, Biden's fine. Biden's fine. And the left woke media kept saying, Biden's fine. Biden's fine. And then everything turned on Biden. I really do feel sorry for the old codger. I really do. When he came out, being Biden on the debate stage, and all of a sudden the Democrats, and Pelosi was the ringleader on this, motherfuckers. Do not get me wrong on this. It was totally Pelosi. Obama came in second stage to Pelosi. This is a total Pelosi thing of, fuck Joe Biden, let's get him the fuck out, because damn, that was weak, that's bad. The thing is, it was been right to the public's face. The media lied about it. Jean-Pierre lied about it. Harris lied about it. Biden lied about it.
What, that he was fine?
Yes. When we all saw the mental fucking decline. It was right there. We all knew better. But the media in the White House still said everything's okay. So that's lie number one. Lie number two is we have Trump on trial. Let's trust the justice system. It's going to do its job. We got to trust the judicial system. Oh, so Mr. President, you're going to trust the judicial system. You're not going to pardon your son Hunter. No, I'm not going to pardon Hunter. I'm not going to get involved. We got to trust the judicial system. And then what happens 3 months down the fucking line, right there towards the end of his presidency? I don't trust the judicial system no more. It's just a publicity stunt. They're going after my son because it's all political. I'm pardoning my son.
What did his son do?
That's what you were doing to Trump the whole fucking time. But you said trust your judicial system, but now you're not.
What did his son do?
Lied and falsified the paperwork as far as his drug addiction to get a gun. Not mentioning his tax fraud. And his tax fraud could play into Biden's administration, not just as president, but as VP. So what did Biden do? He pardoned his son. Shortly, 2 days before he has leaving the office, he pardons his entire fucking family.
How does he pardon them? He just says it?
Yeah. For crimes that they may have committed or have not yet committed against the U.S. and its citizens.
Wow.
So yes, the Biden presidency is nothing but, as you put it, hypocrisy.
Well, I didn't say that. I said a puppet show.
You also said hypocrisy. They also go against what they say.
Yeah, contradiction. Yeah.
Okay, she said contradiction. I call it hypocrisy. I mean, but if you watch The View, it is pretty much, in a nutshell, how the Democratic Party is. The show itself is a mess. The Democratic Party is a mess.
So disorganized.
Totally. Let's look at the president's address to Congress. Here you've got a few Democrats out there that supported Pink. 2 days before, they voted against a bill that keeps biological males out of female sports. But they're going to wear pink. Okay. Let's also not forget, too, that during parts of his speeches, some of the Democrats were wearing pink.
Okay.
They voted against a bill 2 days before that keeps biological males out of female sports.
Seriously?
How are they going to wear pink and say we support females when, one, apparently they can't tell what a female is, so they should just get rid of that altogether. And then, two, you're going to vote against a bill that keeps biological males from competing against females. Again, it's as you put it, a mess. Folks, we are seriously watching the death and decline of the Democratic Party. Their last hope right now, and I like this one. This one just fucking blew my damn mind, okay? So they were talking about, and by those of you, was talking about how the Democratic Party needs to find their Trump. But there is no youth. There is no energy. There is no enthusiasm coming out of the Democratic Party. No one there looking. So what's the best candidate they can float? The best candidate they can float. Joy floated this one. J.B. motherfucking Pritzker was the best they can come up with. Look, folks, if you want to know who J.B. is, look at the state of Illinois.
Yeah, really, and then now he said that he's going to run. And if he runs for president, we are in trouble.
Just floating him out like that, going, yes, he's the hope of the Democratic Party. God, good Lord. If that's your hope, tie some concrete blocks to your fucking feet and jump in the fucking deepest part of the lake you can find. The fact of the matter is, there's no youth in the Democratic Party. There is no energy in the Democratic Party. They cannot compete with what's going on with the Republicans right now. There's just no way. And in closing here, guys, Whoopi had this question to ask, which was, if you watched President's address to Congress, what would you take away from that? And most of them, actually pretty much everyone on the View, all had something with his, he didn't go and bring up how he's going to bring down inflation. He lied and overstated this. He lied here on the mice. I mean, it was just that. And I'm thinking, really? This is why the Democratic Party is in its death throes. They don't have a single motherfucking person there that's like Trump. What gets Trump? What gets him? Why is Trump so liked amongst the Republican Party? And not just that. Even the minority voters. I hate using that word, but we're going to use it anyway. And the independents. Why is he so liked? Because he's a people's president. When he goes out there and gets up in front of Congress and mentions families and actually has them there, when he mentions a survivor with brain cancer at the age of 6 and has long lived the death sentence that the doctor said he had, and then has the kid brought up and says, look, you are also going to be a Secret Service agent. I mean, it's stuff like that. That's what gets the draw that Trump has. The Democrats, you don't have it. You don't have anyone like that in your party, period. You're not a people's party. You don't look out for the citizens. You look out for your own agenda. And it's way too fucking late now to start trying to change course. I mean, you can. It might make the party last an extra 2 years. But it's way too late. It's done. So when Whoopi asked that damn question, and they all go off on everything except for Trump's a people's president. Look at what he did here. I mean, this moment catches me. When he's talking to a widowed wife of a slain police officer. I mean, that was a great moment. When he mentions and talks about JD wanting to be a police officer, then talks and says, hey, we talked to the head of the Secret Service and you get to be a special Secret Service agent. Stuff like that should have been the grasping moment. But no, what did they do? He went out there and transgender mice and the money that's been wasted there. Why should you have to say that? He went over here on inflation, but didn't bring anything about how he's going to reduce it. His takes and his aggression on Ukraine. You guys missed the boat, obviously. I mean, you guys they've been missing it for 8 fucking years. 16, honestly. So, yeah, we're going to pretty much call that a wraps there, guys. It was fun. Not exactly how I would like to do it, but hey, you know what? Like I said, maybe we'll get the other channel up and rolling here at some point. Who knows? All right. That's enough out of our mouths. We love you all. By the way, if you're catching this, like what I have to say, like, subscribe, check out the past videos too, Hit that bell button anytime. That way you get reminded anytime we get a video uploaded to you. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.